Futures trading is risky and can result in substantial financial loss. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Traders, wow, did we knock them down on Friday? You know, I've been telling people for the longest time, don't fall in love with the upside. And, to that end, I got to read something to you traders because I'm doing homework this weekend. Every weekend I buy every paper I can find and I read through all the news that's out there just to make sure that my analysis kind of is making sense with the news. And I got to say, let me just read this to you first and we'll go from there. People are talking about the bottom is in and maybe you can start buying it. And you've heard me talk about TV land, talking about, now the stocks are going to go up. Now, here's these are just headlines. These aren't even articles. These are headlines that I've read, and only a few out of dozens and dozens. All right, let's start with this. Falling dollar dents profits on imported cars. Bear market malls first quarter results. Economy may be on the edge of recession. Oracle's words send stocks skidding. Merrill's results expected to be let me start this one over. Merrill's results expected to be among the worst of all the U.S. major securities firms. Lehman may be on the verge of a collapse similar to Bear Stearns. U.S. corporate profits down 3.3%. Housing woes shake a bank in California, the Fremont Investing and Loan Company. It's got $7 billion in deposits, and they are likely going to fail. It'll be the biggest failure in banks in 20 years. Now banks are starting to fail, and I've been talking about another shoe was going to drop, and you know it's going to come our way. So now the banks are starting to feel it, and that's only the first of many to come, I would imagine. Bear market mutual funds have their best results in years. Bear market mutual funds have their best results in years. The undertow of worry again tugs on stocks. These are the headlines. They're all over the place. As deals crash, investors flee from hedge funds at a breakneck pace. And then get this. UBS AG announces a $16.1 billion haircut on auction rate securities, which used to be known to be as safe as cash. That's just some of dozens and dozens of headlines I've read. Traders, if that's what the headlines are reading and the stories are like in the papers, how are we going to sustain rallies here? There is no way this market's going to sustain rallies. On top of that, a statistic, a shout out to a great economist and friend of mine, Mike King, who threw a statistic at me. He did a little homework for me. Thank you, Mike. The last trading day in March has been down 14 out of 18 years. Not in a row. Out of the past 18 years, 14 of them have been down on the last day in March. There's a lot of reason to think that tomorrow we should head lower. And then we have a red Omni on top of it. So wow, do I think this thing is probably going to have to go again tomorrow. Now, you know me, I'm not a crash-minded analyst. I never think that the end of the world is coming as far as the markets are concerned. But there's a lot of weight on these markets, traders. These headlines I just read to you, read the stories that go behind those headlines, and you'll see that the picture is pretty ugly out there right now. So with us having a red Omni, with all these headlines the way they are, with us knowing not to fall in love with the upside, and then a statistic that 14 out of the last 18 years, we've gone down, I guess I got to go with the downside tomorrow. What are you guys going to do tomorrow?
Whatever you say.
Thanks, Bob. He's such a good man. You know what? Before I get into this Omni behind me, I got to give a shout out to a member of our site, eBay. eBay, you sent me a letter that really touched me. This is exactly why I have started this Omni Trading Academy. There have been so many traders before I started this that used to write letters to me when all I did was a YouTube video. I would put a video out every night. I'd get loads of mail, and people would tell me horror stories about their past, about certain people or entities they got involved with, which helped them lose even more money. And then I get a letter like this, which reinforces the reason why I spend 20 plus hours a day presenting this to you, traders. eBay, a shout out to you. This is a beautiful letter. Hi, Oscar. Thanks for a great week. A week where I learned how to sit with patience, hold on to trades without churning in and out a dozen times, and the basics of Osgood's methods of technical analysis. I've been nicely in the green all week, so I'm actually getting paid to learn right off the bat. A round of applause for that, right? Very good, Ebert. Now he gets into some of what was like horror stories that I was receiving, which prompted us to give this site out and to help all you traders out there. And he goes on to say, it's a trader's miracle. Here's why. A quick version of my very drawn-out trading story and his history, his past, since he's begun trading. I started trading mid-1999 and made $20,000 my first month trading stocks. That month, in a raging bull market where even a complete idiot could throw on any trade and become a winner, is the worst possible gift to give anyone starting out. And you are absolutely right, Ebert. The worst thing you can do is start off winning, because then you think, oh, I was born for this, baby. I know how to trade better than anybody. And that is the worst thing that happens to people, because they end up chasing that profit for years when they figure out that they don't have this figured out. So he goes on to say, now, almost 9 years later, I find myself still a novice. I try to teach myself from stocks to options and then on to futures, and I've spent the last 5 years writing systems that look great and trade bad. Never performing in the here and now as they do with yesterday's data. Well, we all know how that works, right? Systems, you can write a million systems, they do great on back testing, you try to apply them and the system blows up. Systems are very, very, very difficult to come by, ones that might actually work. Okay, he says, I've been trying to recover with little success ever since that first initial $20,000 profit. Fast forward to now. My last great system blows up in February, and after almost 9 years of round-the-clock work, I'm a losing or break-even trader with a head of gray hair, tons of psychological damage, and I still don't even know how to trade. Then he goes on to say, in walks Oscar with a red bullhorn and a fortune-telling boxer named Goliath. He's actually a bull mastiff, but very cool. And I'm smiling again. My prayers are answered. Well, I don't want to jinx things, but I think I have found my trading home with you and the Omniacs. Seeing the market as it is, to trade the market as it is, why, it's revolutionary. Well, Oscar, thank you so much for your willingness to teach us all. Dave Ebert 512. What do you think of that, guys? Yeah. You go, Ebert. That is just fantastic. This is why I am here, traders. We are here at the Omni Trading Academy. Please come on down and see for yourselves why letters like this come in day after day. We try so hard to help you traders learn the analysis that you need to help you look at these markets in a clearer view. And we are at www.livewithoscar.com. We are there 24/7. There are chat rooms for you to go into where there are a lot of astute traders, and I am there on camera and microphone, and I am there to help teach you how to get this right. We hold daily classes every day, well, just about every day. Sometimes when the markets are too busy, I stay locked in to the market, so I don't hold a class. But when we can, we hold classes almost every day, and we teach you the analysis, the same analysis I use to bring you these very same Omnis, so you can learn to do this for yourselves. Now, traders, back to the news for a moment. We have added an entire news section to our site. So when you're at our site, you can get real-time news in stocks, commodities, and everything else going out there right there at the site. So if you come by for nothing else, come on down to our site and see what the news is doing, so at least you can keep yourself abreast of what the rest of the world is thinking. All right, traders, another little tidbit of information for you gold traders out there. I've had a few traders write me emails and ask me, Oscar, is it time to sell gold again? Well, I want you to remember something. Gold just had a rollover. The gold rollover just rolled out of April and into June. And whenever gold rolls over, or almost all the time, in the pit now, not the electronics, but when the gold rolls over in the pit, and there is a large amount of trading that still happens in the pit because they're hedging against options. They have to roll those positions out of April into June. The rollover took place. What generally happens is the rollover pushes the gold down. Rollover's finished and the gold recovers. So likely is, no, you shouldn't sell the gold here. You should probably look for the rollover to be done and the recovery. So for you traders, being out there with so many of you that wanted to know, I didn't write back to each and every one of you. I'm saying it here in the video. I'd be a little cautious selling the gold right here for that reason. All right, traders, we have a red Omni for tomorrow, baby. And I'm going to clap for that one because you know what? We've been in tune. The market's been trying to go down. Why not follow it down? The ESMA for tomorrow, that would be March 31st, the last day of March 2008. Omni says to sell in the mid to low 1320s. Mid to low, mid to high, somewhere in the 1320s. You're going to want to get yourself short. Market trading 1318 as we speak, so put your orders in. Omni's profit objective is the high to mid 1290s. We're looking for another crack. Probably break the 1300 mark. So take a look at that for yourselves. Again, sell it if it gets up above the mid to low 1320s. Expect the market to break down to the mid to high 1290s. Traders, put a buy stop in. Always, always place your stops first. If you'd like to know exactly where to get in and exactly where to place your stop, again, come on down to our site and join a gold membership or higher, and we can help you with that. Traders, don't forget, Mikey, what's that note you want me to read right there?
Well, I was going to say, we should start having people leave comments on the YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know what, traders? And we've been getting a lot of comments on those YouTube videos, and that helps the traders who don't have time to come to the site, but at least watch the YouTube videos. Now, we have 292 YouTube videos, a lot like this one that you're watching now. They are at our YouTube spot. It's www.youtube.com/futures analysts. When you get there, subscribe to the video so that you know when we put our video out. As soon as it goes out and you log on, YouTube lets you know we put one out. But when you get there, leave some comments on those videos. Let people talk back and forth there. It helps. And we are a trading academy, traders. So much of what we do is free. The YouTube videos free. There's so much free on our site. The newsreels are free. So we are here to help you. So it's not just me trying to help. I want the crowd to help one another. So make sure you go there and leave some comments and, you know, right, wrong, or indifferent. Write what you think will happen or what you think about the videos and let people talk back and forth to you. I go to those videos every day and I answer any comments that get put there. So be sure to write me some comments and I'll get back to you on those. Traders, if you'd like to email me, you certainly can. Shoot me out homework, write a little blurb on a chart, draw the chart up, send me your homework. I'll be more than happy to review that homework and send you back a message telling you what I think of your analysis. And I'm getting homework all the time, and I must say the homework's been improving like crazy. You traders are paying attention to my classes, and I love it. So keep it up and shoot me out those emails. You can email me to oscar@futuresanalysts.com. All right. So I think that's about all we're going to discuss here. I gave you the gold rollover factor. Don't forget, don't fall in love with the upside. If we get rallies with all those articles, or at least the headlines I read to you, plus everything else going on out there, you can't expect this market to have more than a day and a half rally when it does rally. So don't fall in love with the upside. And when it rallies, do some homework and figure out a place to get yourself short and expect the next break. Now, if the banking sector does start to get hit, you better believe we're going to break further. The analysis says we're going to break further. The fundamentals say we're going to break further. I would imagine we're going to break further. So sell the rallies when they appear. And otherwise, come to our site, check out the Omni, come into the chat rooms, and we'll do it together. I'll let you know when I get my signals, and everybody else we let each other know when the signals are coming in, and it's a great place where you can really be comfortable and find a trading home. So please come on down to the site. Do yourselves a favor, traders, and never trade alone. That's one of the main things our site has done for so many people. They're no longer sitting by themselves trying to figure out what's going on. They have an army of Omniacs around them to help them get that right, and it's really helping them. From the feedback I'm getting, it's one of the best things that we provide as a place where fundamental and technical news is being shared all day long, and we speak with one voice. There's never differences of opinion. The Omni Trading Academy has an opinion every day, and it appears now that so many traders are doing their proper homework. Your opinions are starting to match mine, and that's a beautiful thing. So keep doing your homework, traders. Keep coming to the site. and I'll keep teaching everything I possibly can to help you get this right. All right, traders, give me a call, 702-629-4755. And remember to keep your emotions out of trading. It does not belong in trading. Emotions and trading should never come together. They should be like opposite magnets. They want to go away from each other, not come together. And do yourselves a favor and say this to yourselves every day, because it is an exercise that will help you with that. And you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out.
Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided. That being said, I am a 24-year seasoned trader on and off the floors. This is how I've made my living for many, many years. Good luck trading.